Good morning. Today I'm going to read you the story A Squash and a Squeeze by Julia Donaldson and illustrated by Axel Scheffler. A little old lady lived all by herself, with a table and chairs and a jug on its shelf. A wise old man heard her grumble and grouse. "There's not enough room in my house. Wise old man, help me please. My house is a squash and a squeeze." "Taking your hen," said the wise old man. "Taking my hen? What a curious plan." Well, the hen laid an egg on the fireside rug and flapped around, knocking off the jug. The little old lady cried, "What shall I do? It was poky for one, it's tiny for two. My nose has a tickle and there's no room to sneeze. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." "Taking your goat," said the wise old man. "Taking my goat? What a curious plan." Well, the goat chewed the curtains and trod on the egg, and then sat down to nibble the table leg. The little old lady cried, "Glory be! It was tiny for two, it's titchy for three. The hen pecks the goat and the goat's got the fleas. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." "Taking your pig," said the wise old man. "Taking my pig? What a curious plan." She took in her pig, who kept chasing the hen and raiding the larder again and again. The little old lady cried, "Stop, I implore. It was titchy for three, now it's teeny for four." Even the pig in the larder agrees. Her house is a squash and a squeeze. And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." "Taking your cow," said the wise old man. "Taking my cow? What a curious plan." Well, the cow took one look at and charged straight at the pig, then jumped on the table and tapped out a jig. The little old lady cried, "Heavens alive! It was teeny for four, it's weeny for five. I'm tearing my hair out, I'm down on my knees. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." "Take them all out," said the wise old man. "But then I'll be back to where I began." So she opened the window and out flew the hen. "That's better at last, I can sneeze again." She shooed out the goat and shoved out the pig. "My house is beginning to feel pretty big." She huffed and she puffed and she pushed out the cow. "Just look at my house, it's enormous now. Thank you, old man, for your work you have done. It was weeny for five, it's gigantic for one. There's no need to grumble and there's no need to grouse. There's plenty of room in my house." Now she's full of the frolics and fiddle-dee-dees. It isn't a squash and it isn't a squeeze. Yes, she's full of the frolics and fiddle-dee-dees. It isn't a squash or a squeeze. I think the little old lady's happy now. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that, children. Bye.